Well, hey, everybody. Susan, Shirley, Vester. Uh-oh, somebody's left. Man, it's been forever since I went to Waffle House. I quit drinking a long time ago. But they did shut some Waffle Houses down because of Corona. Okay, I don't know how many of y'all have been watching the news and see what's going on, but they've decided to try to declare Biden president in the media. We all know what that's going to be about. That's just going to cause more trouble down the road when it all gets broke down and doesn't happen the way they want it to. It happened years ago when Bush and now the name escapes me. But anyway, it was over the debacle in Florida. When it came down to Florida, Al Gore, that's it. The difference between Al Gore and Bush. But Bush ended up coming out of it in a couple weeks. Where's Miss Teresa? But hopefully we'll come out of it. I was looking around today and see Amazon's got a couple of new long-term storage type foods. The name of it's called Prep Basics. And it actually showed up some others besides that if you put in Prep Basics. Did the lady get up with you about your puppies, Miss Teresa? Well, hope you didn't mind me putting her in touch with you. Well, I mean, yeah, I understand that, Bester. I do too, but I just happened to run up on that. You better get out and kill some deer. My dehydrator died on me. I hadn't got another one. So no, Angry Prepper's going to have a live stream tonight. He was out around Trump Tower today. Then Prepper Nation's going to have a live tonight. Prepper Nation's at 8 o'clock Central. Which is 9 o'clock his shotgun Saturday night, which is 9 o'clock Eastern. And I actually think Prepper Nation's going to be on at 9 o'clock Eastern too. Not Prepper Nation, I'm sorry. Angry Prepper. will be on at 9 o'clock Eastern also. Hadn't seen TJ saying she was going to do anything tonight. Yeah, I figured you'd be watching them too. I will be. Good way to kill a Saturday night. Yeah, I saw our first aid video. Man, I'm wide open as a peanut hole. Just watching all these people talk about what's going on. Talking about gun buyback programs and first one thing to another. That sounds really good. Well, there's not any to buy, Lester. I mean, I think about 60 miles north of me, they had something at Academy Sports today, but there's no way I could have got up there. And then they had it limited to 3 boxes. So you got to go in there with a whole crew to get anything to amount to anything. Maybe it won't. Maybe they'll overturn it. I could be my daughter and getting ready to go to work. She's so happy to be going. Oh, she's not a child anymore. She's 24 going on 80. I'd sell for 1 box a day right now if I could go to get it. I guess, Miss Teresa, I had 3, I guess you'd say. These 2 bulldogs, I consider them kids. I saw some 9mm steel cased online to order from today, but I don't know how Glock will handle steel cased. So I didn't attempt to order any of it. They had some steel case 5.56, but 20 rounds at a time is just not preferential way to buy it. Oh, okay. Well, you got some help around there if you got a 14-year-old son. I could use him around here. Love you, bud. Tired? No, you're right on time with it. They're saying, feed me. Oh, you got to quit with that saying you're old, Teresa. You're not old. 63 is not old. I used to would have thought it was old. Till I got over 50. Well, I'm starting to feel younger and younger about a minute. Bester, I wonder what Bear's having to say right now with the turn of events today. Yeah, his Nazarite vows probably went out the window. He's probably drinking again tonight. Okay. Be careful. No turkeys.
Why is it raining?
Everything's crying because of scrap today. At least it's not gonna mess up your hair. Sorry, guys. I've been raising my daughter since she's 18 months old. And I pick on her just a little bit. Did you have your wrench in your back pocket, Bester? You're riding a Harley. I know you had to stop and tighten something up. Oh no, that's not too much a rumor. I've been hearing that out of several people about the truckers possibly going to shut down. Very good possibility. So you need to get what you're going to get now. If you got to order something, get it ordered. I mean, I don't care. I have a love-hate relationship with Amazon. I can get what I want at a good price, and I can get it quick. Some know, some don't know, which I don't care about y'all knowing. I ended up in a wheelchair last year. I have not regained my ability to walk yet. If you don't mind, please pray that I do regain my ability to walk. But it's a long, sordid story. It's an autoimmune disorder that caused it. So, that's one reason I tell y'all, you need something researched or you got a question, send it to me. Ask me, because I have nothing but time on my hands to get on the computer, figure it out, or whatever. It gives me something to do during the day. Oh, Vester, I just got to pick on you about a Harley. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Unless you have them in the mid-70s that were the AMFs. Well, that was part of the reason I started doing these lives and doing the prepping channel. I've got another channel that deals with my catfishing, Ladette, but we all may need some help. And this is a good way to network. You're a mutual assistance group, your MAG, your family, or whatever. I can't remember, was Homestead Preparedness, I think, maybe the right name. He's been putting together a map of people all around with different, that are in different areas. Let me see if I can find him real quick here and give you the correct name. That's what I would do for you, Ladette, or say to you is find ways to, or people that you might be able to get in touch with that could give you some help. Exactly, Teresa. I mean, I've got several acres. I got probably 3 acres or so here. I got plenty of room for stuff. I'll help anybody I can. Craziness. Yeah, that was right. The Prepared Homestead. I know he's been putting together a map of where people are located, Ladette. So you may want to go over to his channel, subscribe to him, send him an email about where he's doing his due. I like Bear Independent. He has a really large group, or starting to be a large group. He's taking in people in the area I don't know, what would you call it, Bester? I don't know if you'd call it a settlement or extended homestead or what. But as far as being a good person, yeah, 84 miles isn't far. Wouldn't be an hour and 45 minutes depending on how you drive. Oh, well, you get up around Jasper, you got to drive kind of slow, especially through Arley. I got Barney Fife and Arley. Right. Yeah, I failed to mention that, Bester. She might find some people in the forum around her. But I bet you don't want to get around Florence and all that and get around Meth Mountain over there. Around, what am I trying to think of over there? Around Decatur in that area. She's up around Boaz, Teresa. Well, thing about it is, Beth, she's done tried to get them on there. And when they ask you about it, I quit fooling with it. Nobody wanted to help. I'm sorry, my little female bulldog's going nuts over here. That's unfortunate, Pastor. Welcome, Rob. You live in Washington State there, Rob? I guess I'll pronounce this right, Amelia, in West Virginia. How are you this evening? No nerd, no need to be scared. You know what I say? Prep, don't panic. Panic is going to get you hurt. Oh, Vester's up here in a blue state. Hi, Stacy. Miss Joyce. Ah, you're not late, Amelia. You're right on time. You started. Everything you do, you got to have a starting point. May not be exactly where you'd be comfortable, but nobody that actually preps or whatever is comfortable. That's one thing that's so hard. We've been so comfortable to be able to just go to Walmart or the grocery store or up the street to the local convenience store and get whatever we need. You know, and that's great. I'm not saying I wish it would be any different, but it's just we got so used to it. Well, that's good. Well, everybody thinks you're crazy. Rob's going to be saying, "Oh, I wish I'd have done this. Can you do this for me?" That's going to be one of the hardest things about any of it is to turn anybody down. Now, I saw when I was talking about that the prep basics on Amazon, they had a 2-week bucket of food for 2 people for $74, which I thought was a really good deal. 2 weeks for $74. That's like one night out, going out to eat, one meal. You can't buy $74, won't buy 2 weeks worth of groceries. Of course, you're Kate. You're not Kate, and you're not late. Just glad you showed up. Well, the thing of it is, you know, having your long-term stuff is great. And if it's going to be like, if it were to get to the point of like during the Great Depression, they said, "Oh, well, the game almost got hunted out." I remember my grandmother talking about during the Depression that they would catch the little bitty, I'm talking about tiny brim, not much bigger than a minnow. And, you know, they would eat those just the same as they would eat anything else. But that's something I recommend is, you know, watching where you go somewhere for these kind of out of the way places that you may be able to go fishing. One of the things that's really cheap in my eyes is a gill net. It's easy to use, relatively cheap. Yeah, Buster, I don't think we're going to have to worry about canned food worrying for or lasting for 4 or 5 years. Well, of course, it may have to last us on into some time. I do recommend you trying to get some seeds up if it's nothing but a seed vault. See there, Ladette, you've already got somebody close to you. Especially after today, I'm going to make sure that I order some seeds. I kind of like watching the deer that come through my front yard, but yeah, I hate it for them now. Yeah, they do. I just don't know how old they are, Vester. Um, there's several places that have them. One of them I've looked at is Hoss, HOSS Tools, and they have lots of stuff. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Joyce. Yeah. Well, I mean, Tractor Supply, but when I talk about seeds, I think of the co-op and things like that. And I've never been in a Rural King, but the old days, the co-ops used to have the bulk seed setting out, and it didn't, it wasn't packaged, and you didn't know how long or how old those packages of seeds may be. And that bulk seed always seemed to come up better. And that way you can buy a pound or 2 pounds or whatever you want. And then you've got some to spare. You want to know you have at least 2 plantings at the very minimum of anything you want to plant. Because you may plant one and it get wiped out and then you have to replant it. So you probably need to make sure you have 3 plantings. So the second time you plant it, you'll be able to recoup some seeds and then still have some more for another year. Yeah, most definitely keep okra seeds in the freezer. Yeah, Tracy, you go and just fill your pool up and kill the chlorine in it and get a bunch of catfish and put in it, and you'll be good to go. Well, the fish wouldn't hurt it. I mean, I've thought about doing that with those blue bladder pools and using one of those big kettle pools for, having water in it. Your rainwater and stuff like that, you can always use it to flush with, or you can use it to wash dishes with. And then you don't waste drinking water doing these other things. I'm going to order the stuff to go and build me a water filter out of 5-gallon plastic buckets. That's a good idea. I'm wanting to get the 250 or 325-gallon IBC totes, but finding one that's food grade is kind of hard. Now, I want to thank, it's Deep South Homestead, maybe, that has a really good video on that on YouTube about how to do the IBC totes. He uses drain downspout and a 1 liter Coke bottle is a shutoff when the tote gets full. So well, Joyce, now's the time to be thinking about a pump if you're going to. Some type of something, if power goes off, some type of either solar or some alternative source to get some water, generator. I mean, really think about it. People go to Alaska and live off grid. If everybody puts their mind to it, they can make it. It's all a mindset. Yeah, you could do that. You sure could do that, Joyce. There's also several ways to build a manual hand pump on YouTube. And we still have a little bit of time. This may all get overturned, but if it gets overturned, then we look at the possibility of unrest then again, which I hope it does get overturned. But you'll know within the next 2 weeks at the most what you got to work with, and really hunker down and figure out what you're going to be able to do. And everybody may be getting a long-term food storage bucket for Christmas. Yeah, Rob, I know 2A will come under fire. I've already been checking on mags today. I still have a couple sources for those. I had never bought directly from Magpul. Yeah, gun safe's a good thing to have. Sportsman's Guide still had mags as of a few minutes ago. I need some more mags for my AR-10. I'm telling you, just need to go to Facebook for that food saver. Well, you can bet after probably Tuesday or Wednesday next week, Bester, they won't have the mags will be gone. No, I wouldn't put out the money for a freeze dryer myself. Somebody had an All-American canner here the other day for, well, it was at 100. Now they've dropped it to 75. Teresa, where is Duncanville? Is that close to you? Duncanville, Alabama? Did you hear me, Teresa, asking about Duncanville? Did I lose connection? Or did everybody leave me? Okay. I guess Teresa must have. Let's see if Duncanville, Alabama was close to her. Oh, okay. No clue. I just had a nice food saver for $75. Thought I'd grab the phone and look for you. Actually, there's the same one for 40. But you don't want it. It's in Pennsylvania. Duncanville's near me. I have no clue either. I have a food saver that I don't use. Okay, that's kind of what I figured since it was showing up on my Facebook, my marketplace. Yeah, Vester, you can find a lot of good stuff at Goodwill. Why do so many people limit their time on their video chats? They feel like they're losing people, or Alaskan Prepper or Alaska Prepper does that. Oh, I got a cousin that goes to the Goodwill every day. He got one of those Roomba vacuums for like $15 or $20. I was trying to see when everybody else is going to be doing lives. I didn't want to take my massive audience away from them. I do appreciate y'all helping me though and coming in and talking. I don't have a lot of company. My bulldogs are not conversationalists. If you don't have somebody to talk to about this stuff, anxiety will get the best of you. Oh, now, Joyce, I don't think any of us are freaking out. Am I concerned? Yeah, I'm concerned. Be a lot less concerned if I could walk. Worst thing in the world to be an alpha male type and you can't do what you need to do and take care of what you need to take care of. Oh, cool, you sold a puppy today. I looked at them online. I may have to hit you up about one of those puppies. Oh, I'm sure I will, Vester. It's all in God's plan. That's one thing I hadn't done. I hadn't been mad about the situation. They're Dutch Shepherds, Joyce. Oh, I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for that. Vester, I mean, I spent 8 days in the hospital and I couldn't tell you probably a solid hour of those 8 days. If my daughter hadn't been there to take care of me, I wouldn't have made it. I know all of us are biased about our kids and partial, but mine is, she really works really hard and she takes care of me and works, and so I'm blessed when it comes to that. Yeah, look them up, Joyce. They look like a Alaskan Malamute, but the size of a shepherd, of a German Shepherd. actually bigger than a German Shepherd. They're a really good looking animal. And if they're as vicious as a Malamute, there'll be something else to deal with. I've been thinking something on the lines of a Cane Corso or something in that breed of working dog. Yeah, Vester, that's one of the things that I really like that's kept me going back to Bear Independent is he's rough, he's gruff, but you can listen to him because you know it's coming from the heart. He's not fake when it comes to talking about the Lord. He's just not. Does he push his agenda about selling his product? Yes, he does. But everybody's got to make a living. Now, Teresa, I'm not ready for another one. Yeah, Joyce, prepping community is good here. I wished I would have got started a long time ago. This is something that I've been doing for years and years. A really good bushcraft channel is Really Big Monkey One. I know it's a strange, but he's really good. He's very entertaining. He is very knowledgeable in bushcraft and very easy to understand. I really wish I was more mobile where I could show you things that I talk about, be it the fatwood, the pine, or pine sap. I'll look that one up, Joyce. Well, the main thing, Teresa, is I really can't. I don't have time for a big one or a big dog right now. It takes about all I can do. Yeah, I like preparedness too, Vester. Pastor Joe, I really do. But yeah, Teresa, your animals they look so much like a Malamute, but they're so much bigger. If they're as agile as a Malamute and everything, see why police departments and stuff would use them. And if things get really too bad, a good working dog like that will be irreplaceable. I think all y'all ladies, I want to get one for my daughter of some sort. Because me as her guard dog is not always going to be around. Of course, she can shoot better than I can, but Oh, okay. That's fine. I can call you. Don't be flirting with me now. That was a big joke. It's hard to contain all this purdy I got going on. Watch it, Pester. Uh, that's the reason I do these lives. I started doing these lives. I don't, I guess you'd call me a shut in. I don't put my, can't drive yet, so I don't put my daughter through all the trouble to try to get me out of the house to do anything. And I really don't want to go to town. So I'd be happy to cut grass. Yeah, I don't. I'd have to be comatose for light years, I think. Those sci-fi movies where people are put under and they fly light years somewhere else. You like knife reviews. I like Becker's, which were K-Bar. I'll dig mine out and show them one day. They're a very good utility type knife. They're heavy steel. Most of them, you can get them for about $100. All these people buying custom made knives that are $200 to $500. If I'm going to spend that much on a knife, I almost think I'd rather have a firearm. I just don't. You know, you can get a good machete, a good skinner, you know, a good utility knife for a decent amount of money. They've been talking about that. Prepper Nation was talking about that. What's the name of it? I won't say Mamba, but that's not it. Moomba. I looked that knife up, and I want to say that knife's close to $400. Yeah, Vester, I like older knives. They have a lot better steel in them, especially if you can find an older German knife. I like the German-made Pumas. They're really good, have good steel. Well, see, that's the thing, Joy. The K-Bars, or K-Bars, but Becker, they have several different ones. I've got my daughter a BK7, and she really likes that. And Vester's right. The Moras, they're a good, inexpensive bushcraft type knife, but the only thing, they're not a full tang knife. You know, even though they do show people doing the batoning with them and that kind of thing. But I really like, now, and I have seen Beckers that have been broken. I'm not saying that they won't break, but it is a good full tang knife. And thing about Becker is, even though it has a plastic handle, it has space in there. You can go in there and put a little safety or a kit. Yeah. Look up a BK7 or I think a BK7 is what I got my daughter. And they make them from small to large. I think I've got a BK9 and two BK7s. BK9 is a big chopper. It's almost in between a machete and a boot. Well, they call it a combat Bowie knife. It's a good size one. Hang on just a second. I'll show you probably the most favorite one I own. This one right here is my favorite that I own. If you can you see it, it's a more or less a dagger. It's a boot knife. It was carried by a Lieutenant Smith in World War II. Now, this grip that I put on it is just a heat shrink material that I use on fishing rods. It's a really good water resistant type grip. This is, that's my boot knife. But like I say, it was carried in World War II. Excuse me. You know, during World War II, there was a real bad shortage of knives, and they actually did collections of knives from different people to hunting knives and fixed blade knives to give to the soldiers because they didn't have enough of them made. You know, everybody thinks about the K-bar and everything. The K-bar most of the time was given to the Marines, I think. There's so many different knives out there now. I remember when that tracker design came out. That movie with I can't remember his name. Anyway, it was a fugitive movie. Tommy Lee Jones. When Tommy Lee Jones came out, and they had that tracker style knife, and it was kind of like the Rambo knife. It took off. Yeah, you probably get one from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Penelope. Penelope. I'm trying to do something over here. Quit being bad. Momoa, yeah. Yeah, that's the knife. $400 worth. I mean, knives have their place. It's no doubt. But I guess you can look at it anyway. You know, you can buy a Glock, you can buy Kimber, you can buy Smith and Wesson. It's all what you want to pay for. I mean, you can buy the Japanese knife and then make cut, or you can go buy one of these several $100 custom made knives. It's just all what you want. I like Spyderco. I carried one while I was at the sheriff's department. I'm not sure, Joyce, but more I may have a full tang knife, but I think most of them aren't. It's a really good, inexpensive everyday carry. Well, that's what matters. Everybody talks about high point. Well, you got 7, 8, 9 shots, whatever it is, in a rock or a club. I'll try to check him out. Now, the one I was talking about, Really Big Monkey 1, he does a lot of knife reviews. He has tons and tons of knives. He loves them. He doesn't say anything about any kind of firearm on his channel that I know of or that I remember. Right. Really Big Monkey 1. I know it's a strange name, but he does. He's kind of comical. He's a lot more entertaining. Right, that's it. Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy. I don't know what I want to say he does maintenance, industrial maintenance. But he's a bushcrafter. He's out all the time. Um, has a lot of good stuff on how to making fire. Everybody says, "Oh, I can do this bow drill. I can do that. I can do this." Well, he breaks it down into a simple, best case scenario way to do it. Um, you know, you see on all these things on TV and stuff, they just go out and say, oh, well, I can use a bow drill. I can do this, this, and this. Okay, we'll go do it. If they get out there on naked and afraid and they can't do it. Well, he shows you some of the different things to use and the better type wood and the better type way to do it. And he's in Georgia, but he'll tell you, he explains it a little bit more in depth. I didn't get it from him, but one thing he will say on there is about cattails. Cattails are one of the most versatile things when it comes to fire starting. You can use the shaft of the cattail. It's soft enough to use it for a hand drill, but if you use the bulb off the top of a cattail, when you split it open, all that fuzz that comes out of it, that stuff goes up like crazy. It takes very little spark for that to go up. So if you've got that up under your kindling and everything, and you spark it, and you've got a lot of that under there, it'll really go. Okay, Teresa. I don't know if it's come through yet or not. No. Terrence living room. Well, you better put his leash back on. Yeah, it's been an hour and 18 minutes here. Well, us men, nothing but big old kids. I will tell you, I really appreciate y'all coming in. Y'all know I'm trying to build this channel. I'd love to be monetized, but if I don't, I don't. It helps me a lot just being able to share what a little bit I know. Well, trust me, the ones that have come in here and started with me off first, yeah, they'll always be recognized. Means a lot. I appreciate that, Vester. I don't know if it's good work or not. It gives me something to do. Okay, y'all. I appreciate y'all a whole lot. See if y'all can drum up some more people. Oh, we got a lurker. She's going to say something now. How are you this evening, Nicole? You have to jump in on these conversations now. You can't hide on us. And again, if y'all think of something y'all want to know something about, if y'all think I know it, I'll be happy to do a video on it. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, I would rather stay in the shadows, Vester. It would, if I could keep this face hidden a little bit better, I could probably do a little more. Wouldn't be quite as scary. Well, my puppy's hollering, wanting to go out, and we've been on for an hour and 21 minutes. So I appreciate y'all. Spread the word, and I'll catch y'all on another live stream with somebody else here in just a little while. We'll do another one. Y'all have a good night.